The world is trapped by their lack of money. All individuals, I've been in many societies, from when the sun rises to the sun sets, get into motion, sets themselves, the individuals of said society, into motion. You see traffic get thick at the same times, same people, same place, every fucking day, moving towards what? Money. Whatever you want, your world is yours. So, for the financially insecure, for the weirdos and the incompetent individuals who consistently talk shit about money as if it's not the same reason they can't do what they want to do, go where they want to go, wear what they want to wear, experience this earthly life at the level they want to experience this earthly life. The same reason you got to play the crib, wear the same clothes that you don't really want to wear, that you have to wear. You know what I'm saying? Rich people wear the same clothes every day because we simply don't want to waste time and energy thinking about what am I going to wear today? How's it going to look? Like, we know our fucking shit that works and we get it done. We don't have to wear the same bum ass clothes. We choose to if we want to wear the same outfits because it's just being a cartoon character at a certain point. Fuck am I spending all this time and energy on clothes? Anyway, see how I'm spending time and energy talking about clothes. We're talking about money. And fundamentally, we're talking about the capability. So many people are actually committed to being unable. They're not committed to never being victims. And when it comes to this money shit, you have to understand one basic principle. In capitalism, capitalistic, or to be a capitalist, doesn't necessitate exploitation at all. It's all about understanding value creation, scale, and reproduction at efficient, cost-efficient time, energy, resources such as money, efficiencies. But it all goes down to competence, and it all goes down to service. And once you pay attention to the fact that money is a byproduct of your service, of how you've served others, because people can only give you money for you having served, and the only thing you can do with money is pay for other people's services or their products, the production of their efforts, right? Then you realize that money is simply the rotation of ability to afford services and products. That's it. But to be able to afford other people's services and products, you need to actually produce products and have some type of service. You need to get in the game. So for all the incompetent people, you just say that money isn't important because you're just a lazy, self-serving fuck who at the end of the day is low skill, low value, and who thinks simply because they were born on earth that somehow life, they're entitled to some massive level of living. I get down to the nitty gritty when it comes to value creation. I think about like, who the fuck created the napkin that I blew my nose with? That shit didn't come out of earth, just standard. Somebody had to spend their time, gather some resources, coordinate their resources, and produce something as simple as a napkin. This table, these phones are the most articulate versions of a product of somebody's mind. These books, all of these things, even what I'm doing right now, I'm serving you for fucking free. I have been. And that's the thing about most people who only operate in having jobs and shit like that. They don't realize that you need to be willing to not get paid and to do the most without quote unquote guarantee of pay. Provide value at the highest and most excellent level before you can receive and be able to participate in the exchange of value at the highest and most excellent level. Boiled down to this, I want you to take away this one principle. Money is not to be talked shit about. It's going to afford you the ability, especially as a man, to take care of your family, especially if you have women in the crib. I don't talk about the background and my family and my familial circumstances, none of that shit. But notice that I'm Sudanese. I am from Sudan, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. My dad is from Sudan. I went to Sudan every summer of my life. I had my third birthday in Sudan. You know, every summer from then on, ask anybody that went to PS20 with me, went to 113, Banneker, everybody knows Ayman was in Sudan for the summer, locked up, you feel me? And as a kid, I kind of was hating on that shit. I was like, man, I used to count the days until I got home. But I'm like, that shit gave me a level of exposure. But nevertheless, Sudan has been having a civil war for the past 2 years, since Ramadan 2023 when I was in LA. And my family are all in Egypt. This is why I've been frequenting coming back to Egypt, especially Cairo. They're in Cairo and in Giza. And everybody's displaced, like on some real refugee shit. Everybody's not making the money the way they was making their money. Professions. I come from a family of pretty well-off, decent professionals. I have uncles with 2 PhDs. I got uncles who are well-renowned lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Famous actors and shit. In Sudan, of course, but you know, motherfuckers never was on some low-level shit. Everybody always has standards in my family, but everybody's up top in Egypt, and it's a displacement. And I have cousins of these uncles, for example, 3 cousins, they're all females, his wife, etc. You know what I'm saying? They're all in a foreign country in a lower economy. You know, do you know what it feels like to be able to take care of the expenses of your family when they're in need? Not even that they're in super duper dire critical need, but you just ability to help people breathe and feel more of life instead of walking around in this poverty consciousness, constricted and living restricted. Anyway, I want you to take away this one principle, because I'm doing all of that in the background. And let's not talk about the people that I have that are family members in America, that although they lived in America, they were born in the asylum that is America, so they weren't afforded the bi-hemispherical perspective that I have, which affords me an ability to see outside the allegory of the cave, which is being an African American in America. Trust me, African Americans in America, I love y'all. I'm riding for y'all. I am one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much a lot of people try to fucking ostracize me or whatever, fucking weird ass black on black bullshit, racism and fucking ethnocentrism and shit. But understand that I'm one of your best bets in the ability, because you having been born in America limits you to the asylum, and it's like the allegory of the cave, meaning you've only been seeing the shadows on the wall as reality. You have yet to leave the cave, leave the asylum, leave the place where you have been actually institutionalized and brainwashed, to then see reality outside of the cave, to know that there's a wonderful world out there, to then go back to America to see people staring at the wall, infatuated with their motherfucking shadows. Anyway, I say all of this to say I have family all over the fucking place who at some level are fucking incompetent, and to be the man is to be the competent individual who doesn't seek necessarily happiness or service to themselves. They seek to serve others. Being in Egypt, you become a fucking secondhand smoker, excuse me. But men become master servants, and that's what I've been telling y'all since day one. Sober, fit, and enlightened. If you are actually sober and fit and enlightened, you are the highest value individuals possible, because you are a servant who is ready, not only physically, not only who doesn't self-compromise, they're anything physically, mentally, with drugs and shit like that. They're not self-intoxicating, self-debilitating. They are a hard worker, great work ethic, shows up on time, never misses. Also has high comprehension, doesn't just show up consistently to the gym, actually understands the assignment and gets results, you know, in an effective and efficient manner. That's what most people are failing to realize. Consistency doesn't mean shit. You know, so sober, fit, and then enlightened, meaning you have a higher comprehension of life so that you have more possible permutations of ideas to create more innovations and improvements towards existence, as I just did. Then you serve this person to the world, and that's when you begin to participate in the circulation of value exchange, which is money, where you provide a product or a service because you are now this higher level individual. And by providing service and products of your own efforts and labor to other people that are of high quality, that do improve their lives, that people do want, that people do benefit from on a massive level, you know, liberates them from the constrictions of any level of existence, which is what I do if you truly listen to fuck what I'm saying and actually shut the fuck up and realize that you're not the intelligent one here. And if you actually want to be a winner, then it's best for you to shut the fuck up, take my instructions, and just simply keep your fucking word. But you get to this level where you now have such a high level of self that you offer so much, that you help so much, that you liberate so much, you provide so much value to people, that you then get the reward of money, which allows you to purchase the services and rewards of the products of other people's labor. So whatever you want, your world is yours. Money is very simple. It's super duper simple. There are problems that money can't solve. There are problems that only money can solve. We chose to solve the problems that money can't solve, which is self-mastery, which is personal development, which is creating a superior servant, which is sober, fit, and enlightened. These pillars, right? Mastery of self. Self-mastery is actually the only success. And then we serve this master, right? And you think that success is in how many people can serve you. This is where the thought came from. I was sitting down and having dinner with myself. You think success is measured by how many people serve you, but when you become a master of self, you become a master servant, you become the master that serves. It's truly success, is truly a measure of how many people you can serve and to what level and what degree you can serve them. Most of you suck at even serving yourselves. You don't even keep your word to yourselves on a basic level. So, and the intrinsic selfishness in all humans is that you can never supersede or exceed serving others or behaving towards others more than you would ever do for yourself. It's really like that. Whatever you want, your world is yours. So consider the vibrations raised. We're not over here talking about anything but money these days because y'all watch me do the sober phase. Y'all watch me stay sober for 5 years, no backsteps. Y'all watch me be fit, never missing the gym, broken hand, everything, bro. No matter where I was in the world, we show up on time every day, never missed a motherfucking workout. It is what it is. Fucking COVID, running half marathons, all types of shit. Running full marathons by myself, all types of shit. You know, developing a superior work ethic is the point. It's not just fucking working out. You know, and enlightened and consistently increasing my comprehension to the point where it's compounding beyond belief. You're never going to catch up to my level of consciousness. I like to operate from Brooklyn, I'm in vernacular energy and frequency, but if I choose to identify with that which truly has no name, best kept secret, and operate from that space, a lot of you are not ready for that because you still can't keep your word. So now we're only focusing on the rich part. The best thing you could do is hop on an ascender's frequency. Like when I met Wes Watson, for example, he was in a certain place in a certain space. And if you weren't in that frequency and alignment on that time, you're going to meet the new Wes Watson, which is beyond certain stages as it's unfolding. Same thing with Sheikhy Chic. This is why I'm giving you the example. You need to hop on certain people's frequencies while they're at particular stages of their development so you can actually get the best and the most out of it. When I was still in the park, when I was still showing up to Fort Greene every day, when I was doing all of that, you missed that ticket. Now we're simply focused on the last pillar, which is what we've always been saying. It's not like we switched up like a lot of these suckers who said money wasn't important. A lot of people said money wasn't important, but what happened? They started talking more about money. The more I started talking about money, nah, keep that same energy. We've been saying about this shit since day one. Sober, then fit, then enlightened, then rich. But it's sober and then fit and enlightened and rich. Once you get sober, fit, and enlightened, it's just a matter of being who you are already. You don't have to become sober. You don't have to become fit. You don't have to become enlightened. You're already that. Now it's simply about serving. And once you recognize that money is simply a measurement of how well you serve others, then you realize that success is not in how many people can serve you. That's what most of the lowest level people in the world, because they think about how the world could serve them and how they could, the poorest people think, how can the world serve them? And they can avoid serving the world. Fucking Egypt with this secondhand smoke, it's crazy. Whatever you are, your world is yours. So, what's the point here? You need to recognize that anybody talking shit about money, fuck them, run away from them, keep them far away from you. Because what they're talking shit on is the fact that they're just useless, lazy, incompetent bozos who are feeling entitled to the world serving them. Although they use so many small pieces. Who keeps the lights on? Who produces the electricity? Colonists and how? Sourcing what resources and putting them together how? Through whose time, energy, and efforts? Right, the smallest thing, the light bulb, the trinkets, the doorknob. Everything is a product of human service. So once you recognize people who don't have money or people who don't have any significant amount of money, people who only have jobs who get told what to do, you show up to a place to get told what to do to only really at the end of the day provide for you, because most of y'all, when y'all have jobs, y'all don't really supersede and do the most and the best. You just show up to do as much as needed perceivably to get by so that you can get the paycheck that you want, so you can crawl back in your fucking cave and be a basic fucking primate staring at a fucking screen and fucking eating and shitting and excreting and fucking maybe copulating or masturbating. It's really like that. Weird ass primate ass motherfuckers. Anyway, take away from this message, success is not in how many people can serve you. Success will always be found in how many people you can serve and how many people you do serve. And you need to become a master servant is all I've ever been saying. And if you can't even serve yourself at the highest level, then you can't serve anybody else more than you can serve yourself. You can't heal people more than you can heal yourself, all these fake ass healers. You can't be more for anyone than you can be for yourself. You can't promise and have integrity for more to people more than you have for yourself. So it all boils down to one simple fucking thing, which is being able to keep your word, and then also not simply having the consistency of keeping your word to low-level tasks. It's about having the consistency of increasing your comprehension through implementation over an extended period of time, whereby which you actually evolve in consciousness, whereby you actually evolve and develop higher levels of value contribution. And then that's when you become a master among masters and a higher level individual. I can make high quality content and shoot fucking content in the studio and all this other shit, but my best content has come from me running and gunning. And when you are that nigga, you don't have to do all the extras. We can keep it right here, authentic, organic, and this shit will go further than all of you motherfuckers who think that going into some high quality studio with some wild shit is gonna make you any more better than you're not. Because I am the shit. I have it in me. I am what I am, and I am serving someone who is of a higher caliber. And that's what you need to get to. Once you get on the program, and once you start working with me, I'm going to tell you exactly what the fuck to do. All you need to do is shut the fuck up and keep your word. That's what's going to mark your level of success. If you're not committed to keeping your word, that means you're committed to not keeping your word. If you're not committed to keeping your word, that means you are committed to not keeping your word. Understand what I'm saying? So just pay attention to people when they choose to be less, stay less, remain less. Consider the vibrations raised. And these are the same people that we excommunicate from our lives instantaneously, because as soon as you tell us that you're committed to not keeping your word, you're telling us that you're committed to selling out yourself, your people, everything, your highest, your best. Consider the vibrations raised. Evolution, only solution. Self-mastery has always been the only success. You get on the program, I will show you exactly how. That's the easiest part. But will you become who is the master of application? As I said with Wes Watson, he says, you get the master plan and then you master the plan. And becoming a master who can execute the plan is becoming the who that does the how. Consider the vibrations raised. I have no other thing but to contribute and evolve. Consider the vibrations raised.